I'm sorry.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight? It's been a while.
How's it going?
Hey Travis. Good to see you, and it's good to see everyone else in YouTube.
Yes. We had to take a couple weeks off. 1 week was I was sick as a dog and I looked miserable, and Nate stopped over and brought me soup, and he's like, "You do look miserable." Like I am. I feel like crap. Week was Thanksgiving and
I was a microphone. The weird thing is my brother a lot of like computer stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do with it. So microphones to speakers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Then you got to bring it back down with you.
Yeah, I'm not too bright, but yes, that's what I did.
Should have just left it at that. We have two setups to get ready to go. Hey, we told you, told him. We got power. Yes, Gail is joining.
Her kind of hard to see because she's not moving much, so she almost looks like a post.
I'm gonna catch Gail. Didn't make some picks. Dead. Watch the games.
How was everyone's thing, Travis? And
oh, be quite peaceful. That something wasn't done right. It was weird.
I would ask him. I'm sure she was with you.
Nate and Amanda came, and Michael was with his dad.
Yep, bro.
Wow,
So
like
it was nice.
Fair.
Little friends giving.
It was just the four-way, or we all go to one house and there's like 20 doors,
Still.
potatoes and stuff. I got a small turkey, like a small boneless turkey, and I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I got." So I don't know the thing.
Often we can do the show for
Next 2-3 months.
To the 25th. So we'll probably leave
the Saturday before.
like the Saturday night.
Yeah.
Or like a week and a half or whatever before.
About it when you were up.
There, your oldest one was downstairs in his room.
Yeah, he
Or-
hides.
Yeah.
6-year-old kid.
30
Flip the Mormons. An apology was like, you can't continue.
students sit.
The tickets.
Makes sense. And
I mean, F the Mormon. The actual what's the
Learn that. You
that's-
live in
that's
South. You have the
university. I don't know.
not.
the BYU. Yeah.
I might respect.
Yeah, I mean they were right here. The first one, Ohio State,
They did.
42, and I got bigger, 13 or something like that. Oklahoma State beat. I mean, there's all.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, everywhere. Oklahoma State, who's fighting Cincinnati wins. I'm gonna say Allen State crushes
Cincinnati they barely. Right?
Yeah.
If they don't lose, I don't think, because their colleges get people because that like lose a couple games will your teams and beat them by like 60 points.
And Alabama, and Alabama, like and I would
look up YouTube.
Yeah, I don't agree with the spouse I said before. And Michigan get beat to see Cincinnati win. To see Oklahoma State get their asses handed to them.
If things
I
get
think Georgia still won.
Yes.
Ooh, nice catch.
yeah, I'm watching that right now.
I saw it live. I'm like, oh, he got 2 feet in, I think.
So I think Georgia stays 1. I think Michigan stays 2. I think Alabama drops out, and I think Cincinnati stays at 4. But Oklahoma State beats Baylor and jumps to 3. So I believe the Final Four is going to be Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State, and then Cincinnati.
It's still a 4-team playoff now, isn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that needs to be expanded.
Kind of like our fantasy football for some reason.
Well, there's the top
you
4
can
and then the
blame-
bottom
you can
4,
blame
and
Nate.
the last 2 are the last 2 that just kind of like get stuck. Nate, I need to have Nate add me to the thing as the commissioner so I can adjust that, because there's supposed to be a way to do a top 5 and a bottom 5.
Yeah.
Or 6 teams in the bottom and then 4 teams up top still playing kind of thing.
The thing is, after the league's been set, it's very hard to change those kind of things.
You can't do it, yeah.
But
you're right.
Preseason.
They could have done a 5. I'm not sure how we would do a 5. Like you have one team not play.
The 1 seed gets
the 1 seed and the 6 seed get a bye that first week kind of thing.
Yeah. If you top 6, yes, the bottom 4 would play. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how I am. So
yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, okie dokie. Now let's go on to Nate's team, and he's not here to say it. So
give it a shot, Smitty.
The Raging Cajuns.
You just sounded like the coach from the LSU.
So close, yet so far.
We knew they were going to play for the championship belt, like a championship belt. Wow, the Sun Belt Championship 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
there was no way they were. We just didn't know who they were going to play. They were going to be playing against Appalachia State. I don't know if you two watch Appalachia State at all.
I've seen a couple of their games here and there.
They're a good team. There's no way in hell. They're beating Louisiana. It's just not happening.
You mean the Cajuns?
Yeah, the Cajuns are just too good this year. They are too good. And so congratulations to Raging Cajuns for once again playing in the Sun Belt Championship game. I think 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
It's only been around for 4 years. And they haven't won it yet. So, I mean, they're going to be like the Buffalo Bills. You can go for 4 years in a row and lose 4 years in a row.
Yeah, because last year they lost to your team, Smitty.
They did, which, by the way, wasn't my team until I found out who Nate liked.
Yeah, and then find out what their mascot was. You're like, hell yeah, that is my team.
Yeah. Gotta love the Cocks.
We give you a giant cock, and you're like, yep, that's mine.
And not the Gamecocks either. So, over there in South Carolina.
I was gonna say I'm looking for some Go Cox sweatshirts so when I come to Massachusetts I can just hand them to people.
That you need to find them and bring them up.
They're so
probably on sale after Clemson destroyed them this past weekend.
Probably. Oh God, they destroyed them. Oh my God, I didn't realize how many chicken or fowl type football teams there are. You know, in college, it's like all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's all I have for college.
That's all you got for college.
All right, and now we're on to Smitty's thingamajig.
That sure looks like
doing,
snow, or it's either that or a lot of rain.
Well, I think it's snowing.
Well, is Gail gonna do her thing in place of the think tank?
Do you want to do that now, or you want to do that after Smitty's thingamajig?
Who are you asking?
You,
Gail.
We're asking you, Gail.
We're asking you for an opinion.
I don't care.
All right, let's do your thingamajig. Let's do your thingamajig, Smitty, and then we'll get her.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got to pull up the article again and.
We'll get to it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys. You guys go however you want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna name a player.
Okay.
In the NFL. Now when I name this player, like I say, Dan Marino. Okay?
Yeah. Doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. No.
He's a bum.
Now, he is not allowed in his history. He never played quarterback. So, in this history, what other position in football, on the football field, do you think he would have excelled at, or he would excel at in the other position besides quarterback? That's this one.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
What, the time he played, or in today's NFL?
Well, all the players are going to say is today. NFL, or last like 20 years. I'm going to use it because I know that Jeremy's probably going to know most of the ones from the 70s and 80s. I don't think you will, Travis.
No. I'll know a select few.
Right.
He'll know the big name people.
Yeah, if they made it to Hall of Fame or they played in the Super Bowl, I probably know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's start with Gronkowski.
Oh, I'm gonna go with offensive tackle.
I'm gonna go with a defensive end.
Really?
Because think about it, when you see that guy pass block or run block, he's just manhandling linemen. Imagine him coming from the other side, going after with the sole intent to just take out that quarterback, whether like a defensive end or that hybrid defensive tackle position. I don't think he's fast enough for in theory, like a outside linebacker spot. Maybe an inside linebacker or a defensive end / tackle. I could see him.
Nah, because of the way how good he is at blocking, pass blocking, and also run blocking, I would definitely put him as an offensive tackle. Because you go up against him and it's like playing an offensive tackle. It's so hard. Being these pro defensive ends, they just can't even get around him.
So you're saying that he is good at locking into a block, but you're concerned about him being able to get off of a block. If he's rushing in, he'd have to get off. He'd have to disengage and be able to get to the quarterback. And you're saying that he wouldn't do that well, while Jeremy said no, he would actually get off a block and get to the quarterback.
Right. I'm saying, yeah, he'd be a much better offensive tackle than he would be a defensive guy trying to get through. Because he's just very big, but he's quick and he's strong, but I just don't see him being able to move them around as well as that he can keep somebody in front of him.
I think if he was his goal in life, or if instead of catching passes he was going after quarterback, he would know those hand techniques to get off those blocks. He'd be like what's the Rams guy?
Aaron Donald?
Yeah, Aaron Donald style player where he's quick. He's big. He's a force. I mean, you have to know where he is every single play of every single down.
Okay,
True.
That's fair.
Nate says fullback because Nate made it onto our chat, and he's going with fullback. The Talking
cool.
Stuff podcast has joined us, and he's saying fullback.
Talking Stuff. You know what? The Talking Stuff.
Yes, the YouTube chat.
I've listened to Talking Stuff podcast, and that's one of the best, if not the best, podcasts out there.
I've heard that it was, but I don't. It's still hard to believe.
Well, one of them was really funny and articulate. The other was a drunk. But you listen to it talk back and forth.
Yeah, I just saw this. You messed up the name. It was supposed to be TATS Power Ranking. Nate lost.
Oh.
It's all good.
I asked, but I didn't. Who knows?
The next player, Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
I think he'd be a good slot receiver.
Now remember,
yeah, I'll agree with that because it's hard to picture him on defense. Yeah, I would go with either slot receiver or a wide receiver,
running back.
Yeah, not
kick returner, kicker. I mean, because we're gonna assume that since high school they played that position the whole time, so they got that skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, with his current skill set, what his athletic abilities are, I think a slot receiver, one of those quick little element style, in and out of breaks quicker than guys can handle and get separation with the quickness to catch passes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a third down wide receiver kind of guy. That's what I could see him as.
Like Edelman.
Well, Edelman was an all-time just slot guy. I'm thinking somebody like
a third down back.
Yeah, a third down back, except for when they need to get you need that extra receiver out for a pass kind of guy.
Okay, that's fair. Sue, I can't say his first name. Sue.
Yeah,
I can't say his name.
Jerry, what's his name?
I don't know.
You always correct me.
I could have said it 2 seconds ago.
I'm drawing a mind on Sue's first name.
Nadana.
Dynamic Sue. Dynamic.
I want to say it starts with an N.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a defensive player, right? I could see him as a fullback. Yeah, I could see him as a fullback because he's just balls to the walls, full speed, run through people. He don't care. He'll move you to get to where he needs to go. So that's kind of what a fullback is there to do.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Ndamukong Suh.
Ndamukong. Yes. Ndamukong Suh. Yes.
I think he'd be a pretty good boxer. We see him throw some punches. On the football field, I mean, he'd probably be a good guard style blocker. I think he has the body type for that. He's bulky. He has those quick hands. I think he'd be a pretty good guard.
I agree with that one. That's the only one I really agreed with. All.
Nate says center.
Center's a good one.
A center or guard, that kind of
And I think he was saying Russell Wilson should be a punter.
That's what I was thinking, but what do I know?
Well, you didn't tell us what you thought. You just took our opinions and went with it.
Because I'm the one who's spearheading this. I don't have an opinion.
Well, you should also have an opinion on this one. All right, what else you got for us?
Oh, this one's specifically for Nate. You'll love it. You know what I'm about to say.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Left bench.
Retired.
Water boy.
Water sucks.
Whoa. Water boy.
Well, let's see. He gets hurt if you touch him weird. So he would definitely be the place kicker holder. Like the whole
backup quarterback.
The backup to the backup quarterback, if I remember correct. No,
that's
now it's the
quarterback.
Now it's the
like
punter.
Like a punter or a place
IR.
kicker.
Yeah. IR.
No, that's his normal position.
Yes. It's weird when he plays quarterback.
Damn.
He plays IR most of the time.
But on a serious note, what position do you think he'd be good during his prime, like he's most healthy?
When he's actually healthy?
I'd say a kicker.
Yeah, a kicker. He doesn't like to be hit.
He doesn't have that kind of speed for many positions on defense. No. He's not big enough for the slower positions on defense.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, he's not.
It's hard for quarterbacks like that, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't really, because there's certain things that you can adjust for, but quickness, size, and ability are, like your quickness and your size, you can't really adjust those too easily.
Okay, that's a good point.
Nate's going with a place kicker or just a kicker in general.
Okay, well, let's roll that up to the other GOAT, or the only GOAT, your guys' man, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady? He ain't very quick.
Anything he wanted to be, he was the best no matter where he played.
No. If he wasn't quarterback, he'd be.
He's smart.
He'd be Peyton Manning right now doing games, doing commentary for games.
Yeah.
He'd be Tony Romo.
Yeah, because Tony Romo is he's a much better commentator than he was QB.
Tony Romo was not a bad QB.
No, but he's a much better TV analyst.
Tony Romo was a good quarterback.
The
game was on the line.
I agree with Nate.
Okay, so what position?
Yes, a coach.
So yeah, it's hard to say because Brady could play another position because he can take a hit, but he's not fast. He's not super big.
I don't think he has the body type to be a kicker.
How about a gunner on the punt team?
No. Have you seen those guys? Those guys are quick, fast, and lean.
I know.
So Brady, I think, and Nate is unfortunately correct. Brady would be a coach.
Yeah,
that would be the best position for him to be. Other than what he is to be a coach. And really, if you listen to the Bucks, he's been an assistant coach on the field basically.
Making him the closest to an actual football job out of all of us.
Okay, the last one. We'll move on. Amari Cooper.
I think he'd be a good defensive back. Maybe like a free safety.
A free safety.
I would put him as a corner. He's quick. He's got hands. He's got ups.
That's a free safety because he's good at reading the quarterback's eyes. He can adjust as the play develops.
You don't think tight ends?
He's a receiver. I mean, receiver tight end, that's too comparable.
It is.
Yeah.
I guess it's true.
You gotta think outside the box.
Nate's going with safety. I'm gonna put him as a corner. Jerry puts him as a free safety. I would say corner just because he's quick. He's got good hands.
He'd have to be a free safety or a corner.
Yeah, he's had to play corner before when the ball wasn't thrown exactly where he thought it was going to, and he had to get it out of the corner's hands. So
I think he'd be a good defensive back personally. That's just what I know.
Inside linebacker.
Inside linebacker to blitz the quarterback on third down. That's his job.
So he's a little too lanky for that.
That's the point. Get the damn hands up. Of course, he's broken in half, but just get the hands up. And throw him away. That's all it is. So.
Nate says, of course, when he's not here, me and him agree.
Yeah. And when you're not here, and when he's not here, I actually have a thingamabob thing to have a discussion about stuff.
Hey, all you had to do was drive 20 minutes. Could have been on.
Yeah.
We told him he could come here.
Oh, he knows he can go there all the time.
Yeah.
He was here earlier.
Yeah, he stopped by to help us so that way we didn't have to wake up Kat to put her in a car seat.
Oh, that's a,
Smitty, Nate, we'll save that one for next week.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So yes, so Smitty, how about Marshawn Lynch?
I thought about Marshawn Lynch, but I left that alone because there's more than this conversation during this show.
Yeah.
And this is my actual bringing this to the table. If he wanted to bring something to the table, he should be on here with us. Just saying.
He's got a phone. He can put Skype on there.
Ooh, he sent you an angry face.
Go ahead, Nate. Okay, fine. Marshawn Lynch. He was the first one I thought of, but I decided to go past him because he's not actually playing.
I feel like he'd be a good outside linebacker.
Yeah. That's
I
where
thought
I
he'd
would
have been
put
good
him.
at anything except quarterback.
Yeah, he can't throw a ball worth a damn.
He wouldn't be a good quarterback. I don't think he'd be a good receiver. He's too small for a lineman. He's too
big.
I think probably a linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe a linebacker or a strong safety would be my spot for him. One of those.
You want to put him? You want to put him? You would put him as a linebacker.
Yeah,
I like
linebacker or
I like
strong
linebacker.
safety.
I think he could run through anyone, so I like the idea of being a linebacker.
All right, so Gail says,
salesman.
Let's get to Gail's thing.
Yes, Gail's
We're
thing.
going to call it Gail's feel-good story of the week.
How about, let's just call it Phil and Gail. How about
Let's not call it feeling Gale.
That's what Travis hopes
Nobody's
to do
feeling
every day.
Gale right now.
Do I get to later?
No.
Oh, Travis,
No.
we know you do it all the time. She just gives you that loving all the time.
I'm 8 feet tall, by the way.
Listen, you're getting a little personal. All right.
Wait. Did you say you get a little personal? Yeah. You will never get on Talking Stuff podcast if that's the case.
No, I probably would.
What does ROLB mean?
ROLB,
I think it's supposed
rolling
to be-
off the bed.
That would be a T.
Rolling on Labium's back.
The L is laugh.
I think he's trying to say outside linebacker. I don't know what the first
Oh.
R is for.
Oh, right outside linebacker.
Oh.
We're all like trying to make it fit into like a laugh my
ass off
situation, and he's like still talking football.
I don't know why he would do that.
This is the sports podcast. This isn't the talking stuff podcast.
I don't know what you're
Go
talking
ahead.
about. All right, let's go, Gail.
Dun-dun-dun.
Let's do your fun stuff.
All right. So, yeah. Have you guys ever dialed or put into a text the wrong phone number
Yes.
and then
Yes.
sat there and
Wait, on accident or on purpose?
on accident?
For you, Jeremy, either.
Yeah, right.
How much did you drink Sambuca that night?
I didn't do the wrong number.
And then you kind of sit there and wonder who's on the other line or who's on the other end.
Or you think you're texting your buddy and it's not your buddy who you're texting.
I love getting those texts from people.
So you're
Me too.
You've been the receiver.
Yes.
So
I've gotten those random texts before, which is funny because I've had the same number since I was 15, 16, 14, 15.
14. You've had the same
So-
number since you were 14.
So 20 over 20 years on the same number, and somehow I get random texts from people trying to get to other people. It's very entertaining.
What are you petting, Smitty? I see you in the background. And you're like,
It's very cold and soothing.
he's caressing something. It's
are you
awkward.
caressing somebody?
All right. So,
Oh,
anyways,
yeah.
while Smitty caresses whatever is going on in the background,
It is here.
for this one Pontiac, Michigan high school basketball team, they actually did this. They had a group text. They were putting phone numbers in so that they could set up practices, ride sharing, and all of that. And they accidentally put in one wrong number. So they all start talking, and They get a response from someone that just said, hold on, I'm trying to find it here. Blah. They asked,
Hey, Nate.
do you know,
Hi.
Do you know who this is? And they responded with, yeah, this is with the kid's name. And
We'll go Billy.
he said, no, this is Sean. Do you know who I am? And they were like, no, you're just messing with us. Your name's not Sean. It's, whatever. So he sent them a picture of himself sitting in his locker with a helmet above his head. They didn't believe that it was him, so he FaceTimed them. Sure enough, it was Sean Murphy Bunting, the cornerback from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was in the locker room for the Bucks.
Isn't he hurt this year?
I don't know, but he was in the locker room.
I feel like he's on a season. He's probably doing a.
See, when Gail told me about this story, she said that Richard Sherman was in the locker room, which led me to realize that Richard Sherman's playing this weekend.
Yes. So, of course, the kids kind of all freaked out.
Rightfully so.
And it just so happens, Sean Murphy Bunting is actually from Michigan. It's about 35 minutes away from where he grew up.
So he still has the Michigan cell phone number.
Yep. Yes.
So he's like me. He's kept that same number.
Correct. So that's how this happened.
Do you think he changes his phone number now?
No.
Or do you think all these kids are just going to blow his ass up now?
No.
I mean, they did promise him that they weren't going to give out his number, but they are freshman basketball players.
Freshman in high school, and they managed to, how did you put it, Gail? Talk to everybody, including the GOATs.
It was pretty much, they talked to pretty much the entire starting lineup that was in the locker room at the time. So, what happened, they were talking to him, and then all of a sudden, he handed the phone off to...
Dun, dun, dun.
Nate's favorite person?
It was literally right there. He handed the phone off to Rob Gronkowski.
There's a child.
Yeah, of course, he was trying to hype them all up. Then he handed the phone off to Richard Sherman, who then handed the phone off to Leonard Fournette. And then they all started asking where the GOAT was.
Ungrateful.
Aaron Rodgers does not play for Tampa Bay.
Well, they figured they had seen a lot of the big names. They saw Mike Evans in passing. They had seen a lot of the big names, but they hadn't seen Brady yet.
And they know Brady played for Michigan.
And one of the kids actually had a Michigan jersey in his closet, so he ran and got it and had it with him. They waited about 10 minutes, and Tom Brady walked in. They handed the phone off to Brady, and the kids absolutely lost it. They all started freaking out. Tom Brady was quoted saying it was sweet about the impromptu FaceTime. He said, I didn't know who it was. Leonard said, here's my boy. And just handed the phone. He said, it would have been nice for me when I had been in school too. And then he said when he found out that the kids were from Michigan, he said, even better. That was fun. That was really fun. It was really good to see all those young kids all hyped up.
Well, okay. Who was the first gentleman? Whose phone number was that again? The cornerback.
Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this all started with him, and he could have ignored it, knowing it was wrong numbers. Hey, you got the wrong person. But he, I don't know why he did what he did, but to continue it along with everyone else in that locker room, and everyone else in that locker room went along with it. That is nice. They're in the middle of football season. They're in the middle of like trying to, and they still had time to do that. I mean, that's pretty nice at Tampa Bay. And I hate
you randomly get a number that texts and you're like, huh. They don't believe who I am. Send them a picture and they're like, they're still convinced you're lying.
I get random texts all the time, and I send pictures of myself naked, and I never get a response.
Maybe that's the difference. He wasn't naked. He was just in his locker with the helmet above him.
So,
when you said helmet, I thought you meant
you put that
helmet.
There? That's the picture.
Yeah, so I can show.
Very nice.
So this is the.
Put it down.
Well, that's that picture, and this is.
You gotta go down. You gotta go down for the Skype.
Well, I'm showing everybody the picture that he sent to everybody, and then that's the picture to you guys.
Yeah, see, I don't know who that is, so if he was showing me that, I'm like, I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, because Gail told me the name, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. She's like, the corner from for Tampa Bay. I'm like, oh, okay.
Am I the only one that's an encyclopedia of random players?
Yes, you are. You are the ultimate
encyclopedia.
Yeah. Of our useless knowledge of football players.
So does Nate have power back now, or does Nate?
I think he's using his battery-powered shop lights and his phone.
I have a 20-volt DeWalt cordless floodlight that's currently in my studio.
That's dedication right there. That's dedication.
So my opinion is, I'm glad that he took time to message them back, and I think I'm sure they said, he probably asked what it was about, and they said, we're a bunch of basketball players. We're setting, it's a group chat so we can set up all our stuff. And
well,
it's like,
from the sounds of it, is they were texting back and forth like stuff, and he kind of got the hint that this was a team of some sort.
Yeah, he looked at it and he's like, "Do you guys know? Like, did you mean to text me?" And they were like,
sure.
"Well, yeah, you're so and so." And he's like, "I'm not though. Like, do you know who I am?"
I'm gonna start texting every damn phone number.
You're like, I'm gonna get one eventually as a professional athlete.
I'm sure that they all were talking about, for practice this week or something like that.
Yeah.
Which would kind of give the hint, okay, it's some kind of sports related.
Hey, at practice, can you give me a ride home this week? I need.
And normally professional athletes are more than willing to talk to sports players at any level, just because it helps build their brand, showing that, hey, look, they took time out of their day to talk to these young kids, and B, it gets their name out there more, and it's like, hey, look, this person that didn't have to take time took time to talk to this random group of sports kids,
of teenagers,
on this random team. He probably didn't realize what ages they were when he first did it.
No.
Till they started saying like it was high school and whatnot. It's like, this random professional player took time out of his busy schedule to talk to a bunch of high school sports players.
Yeah. And then and then pass his phone around the whole entire locker room.
Like, these guys are huge.
That's what I'm saying. The cornerback is the hero, if you will, of the story, because I can imagine me doing that, and then I'm in the office and I hand it to somebody I work with. They're gonna say hi.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, you all would do the same thing. You're like say hi to these people. You would do it just because we're friends.
Yeah.
But the person that initiated, the person that went back and forth and said, "Do you know who I am? This is me," and they continued it. That is the person that is actually the star of this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate who he is.
You know he's a way better person than me, because you all know that I've had somebody else's phone number for quite a while, and whenever they would group text me, I would send them very inappropriate things. So the fact that this one guy didn't take his privilege of anonymity and just blast dick pics to all these kids is pretty great.
Everyone's a better person than you. We all know this. It's good to have you on, though. Good to see you freezing your ass off over there. I can see.
It's freezing in my basement.
Oh yeah, because you have 0 heat right now, right?
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Well,
I like the
if
story.
you don't
I like
get
the
your
story.
power back soon, you know you guys welcome. All you guys are welcome here.
It's not supposed to be back on until after midnight.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that changed. It was like 9:45.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys know it's come down here. It's nice and warm. I think
Yeah,
it's
what
like
was the
70
high
something
today, Jeremy?
It was like 75 today for a high.
Yeah, it was like 63 degrees here.
I have my former soldier send a picture from Puerto Rico, and it's like 80 degrees.
Oh jeez.
I'm so jealous.
They can all go
Good story,
suck
Gal.
on a
Good story,
cactus.
Gal.
Yes.
That was a good
Well,
story.
so my last, take on this, whatever. When you guys, I don't know, Smitty, if you played sports in high school.
Back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Won the
Before
state
Jesus
championship
was
in
alive.
1988. Thank you very much. Yes, I did.
How would something like this have affected you guys
Oh,
in high school?
I
Like, what
would've
would this
shit
have done for
myself
you?
No, I would have shit myself. I picked up my phone and I got a text message in 1988. Oh my God. Holy shit. And then a photograph?
How do you get text and photographs on a dial on
On rotary.
I would have swallowed a bullet.
Listen, I understand we didn't have this much technology.
If a random
In
phone
that
number
time.
called you and it just happened to be, if somebody sent you a
Goddamn
certified
chain
letter.
I get it.
88,
well,
that was
it
before
definitely-
email, so.
If like on a Friday night or Saturday before a football game, some professional athlete reached out and talked to us because we somehow got their number or whatnot. Oh, we would be out of our minds.
Yeah.
We would be so overhyped and over adrenaline going. You could run through a wall and it wouldn't stop you at that point in time.
I can't help but feel that you two Patriot fans would have been very salty that Tom Brady and Gronkowski are in Tampa Bay and not in New England. And you probably would have slightly pissed.
No.
You wouldn't have watched.
I was more upset with Belichick for letting Brady walk than I was at Brady. But
Yeah.
it was time.
Yeah, we can understand the reason why he left.
Well, yeah, now you have Mac Jones, who's playing better than most quarterbacks have been in the league for 5 years.
When he left, I
We're
wasn't
going
mad
to
that he
get
left.
to
I was
that
mad that
conversation
Belichick
later
I'm
didn't
trying to
work with him.
segue into this conversation.
But if any pro, yeah, Jeremy's right. If any pro athlete had if I get a random text and our group of players, football players, when we played, got a random some guy that I texted wrong messaged me back and be like, "You're not who I think I am."
Wait. Perfect example. Little Giants. If that were to happen to you, you guys would have been running through a brick wall for anything at that point in time.
Yeah.
If Rick Miranda sent me a picture, I would be over the moon.
Do you know who Rick Moranis is, Smitty?
Oh, absolutely. I'm just letting you all talk. I have nothing to add because
You said your piece.
I would have been excited, absolutely. And I think the next game I played, either I'd been so hyped that we would have crushed the opposing team, or I was so hyped that I wasn't paying attention to the game and we got our asses kicked.
I feel like they peaked too soon. Where does their lives get any better than that?
Yeah.
They seriously have to get away with robbing a bank or sleeping with Brady's wife or becoming a professional athlete themselves and doing it in return. There's no peak here.
They get to buy alcohol legally when they turn 21. That's peak.
Yeah, that really is the peak of every guy's life is 21 because that's when we get to buy alcohol and nobody yells at us and.
Oh, the peak of every guy is 2 chicks at the same time.
So
I peaked late in life then.
But you peaked.
I did.
I'm still waiting for that then.
Hey, why stop at 2?
That's a good question.
Smitty, you're single. Just keep going. You can get 4 grannies together, right?
Yeah, well, I'm record at 3 right now. So.
All right. Well,
all right.
is battery power. So can we keep moving?
All right. So now so how did you you're done with your
Yep.
thing? So Gail's done with her thingy-ma-bob, her feel-good story of the week. Because it is good. It's nice to see that these pro players are still people.
Yes.
There's still good humans in the world.
Yes. They're very far and few between.
They're not liberals either.
All right, let's get to the NFL. So the last time we were on, it's been a couple of weeks, Cam Newton had just signed with the Panthers. He played a little in that first game against the Cardinals in a blowout win. He then started and looked good in a tight loss to the Washington football team. But last week against Smitty's Dolphins, he was back to the old Cam Newton we knew and loved. And he lost in a blowout to them. Do we think it's time for him just to hang up his cleats?
He didn't only lose. He threw 4 interceptions and got benched and had, 5 completions out of 21 attempts?
Yeah.
But how much of that was him and how much of that was Miami's defense? Because Miami's defense on that game was going to beat anybody in the NFL. I'm sorry.
4-game winning streak right now?
They are.
Yeah.
But that defense was the best defense on the field.
Miami's tied for the third highest win streak currently.
Yeah.
That game, watching Miami was probably the best game I watched all weekend.
Oh, Miami was their defense and their offense was adequate. So the defense was stellar. The offense was adequate. I guess they're great. They're adequate. So that's good enough to win a couple games. But I don't think Cam needs to hang up the cleats. I think he can lose about 3 or 4 more games.
Well, so by the end of the season, he should be done, right? Is that what we're hearing?
Oh, they're gonna give him a contract.
No, I don't think they will.
No.
I think
who are they gonna put in his place?
I think they used it for a publicity stunt to get fans back in the stands because fans were starting to lose hope because the team started on a losing streak. And they said, maybe if we get Cam back, people will come, they'll buy the tickets for the rest of the season and whatnot. We can sell it.
Wasn't Sam Darnold the starting quarterback for the team?
Yes, he's on IR for the season, I think.
Yeah, he got
okay.
hurt.
Is he gonna? So they're gonna stick with him beginning of next year.
They took his 5th-year option because he was a first-round draft pick. So under his rookie contract, there's a 5th-year team option. So they opted for the 5th-year team option, so they have him under contract through next year.
Do you think they're gonna just draft try to get a better quarterback next year's draft and then clear house as far as quarterbacks go?
I think they are going to move on from Cam. I think Cam's done after the season.
Do you think he's done?
Unless he turns it around, I think he's done.
But you think he's done? He won't even find a backup spot like in Houston.
I don't think his mentality, his aura doesn't allow for him to be that backup. He'd have to
he needs to be Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson, just willing to go wherever somebody's going to pay him to go.
Yeah.
He'd have to be like Joe Flacco.
I would take Frank Gore over those other players. I love Frank Gore.
But the thing is, he'd have to be like the Joe Flacco, the journeyman kind of be the backup and do what's asked of him. Where Cam is that high profile type of.
Yeah, he's too much. He wants to be the front. He needs to be the front guy.
He was that #1 draft pick. He always wants to be in that spotlight. He doesn't want to sit back burner to someone else.
He needs to be the center.
It's weird. Yes. It's weird that you bring up Flacco because at one point Flacco was the god king of the NFL. He was like the top when they won the Super Bowl in Baltimore, and now he's considered a journeyman. That just.
Well, most quarterbacks hit that point in their career where they become a franchise backup, a career backup, and just kind of move their way through the league as a backup.
I'm trying to figure out what Jeremy's staring at behind the
football
camera.
game.
Oh, the football game. I'm trying to see if it was an interception or not.
He's just like
the angle, like where the
he has 2 feet before he hits the out of bounds, so he's good.
Does he?
That ball hits. Looks like it hits the ground.
It's does he have control before it hits the ground? That's the thing.
I think it looks like he does.
The thing is, the ball looks like there's space between his hand. And of course, they keep playing the replay on the bottom corner, and that bottom corner is where the iPad is in front of. So keep having to look around it.
And the amazing thing is, the people that are going to watch this on YouTube, We're gonna watch it after this game.
Yeah. So
we probably should go back to our show.
All right. So
I don't think it's an interception.
So we think that he should, but it's that he's not going to, or he's just going to kind of go wherever they will pay him to play starter.
He won't take it. He won't be the starter.
Well, I think there was rumors that he had 3 or 4 other.
Washington was talking to him
to be a backup, though. It wasn't for a starter position.
Right, and
he wouldn't accept that.
Right. He wants to be a starter, and if he's not going to be a starter, he doesn't want to play.
Exactly. So I think that's
and it just kind of proves the fact as to why the Patriots kind of let him go.
Now, he does kind of coincide with my conspiracy theory where the Patriots weren't really trying that hard to win last season because look at their quarterback now. So I think Cam Newton did exactly the purpose that Belichick wanted.
I don't believe that at all, but I do. Okay, where would Cam Newton, if Cam Newton was a quarterback, what position should he play?
I feel like he'd be a decent tight end.
Yeah, he'd be a decent tight end.
This is scary as shit that Jeremy and I almost every single player that has been called, we've agreed.
Yeah, I'm the only one that has a difference of opinion. All right.
He's a big guy.
He is a big dude.
He could be a middle linebacker, though. I don't know if they would consider him a Mike back, but he could. I mean, he's not going to blitz anybody. He could do in coverage.
Well, he's pretty
good hit. He's a big, bulky dude.
Yeah,
and he was pretty fast too when he was prime.
Yeah,
so, he's a good receiver.
I don't know
if I put him a receiver though.
All right.
He can be replaced.
Okay.
Well, Smitty, you mentioned Adrian Peterson. He has gone from one of the best running backs to play the game to a practice guy, practice squad guy for the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll said in an interview that he hopes he will be able to help them win. Is it time for Peterson to finally call it and retire?
Nope. If somebody's willing to keep paying him, keep going.
And the only way he's going to help them win is by being a player coach.
Yes.
He's not going to help them win by actually playing them.
No, he is the man that will carry a very small, thin stick and walk through the locker room, making sure everybody's where they need to be.
Yep.
All right. So
and the sad thing is, I had him on my fantasy football league for like 7 years in a row.
Oh
yeah, that was the guy you kind of kept. So the other question for that is there really anything that can help the Seahawks win at this point?
No, I think my big question is, do you think after this year there was rumors that Russell Wilson wants out. Do you think after this year he's gone?
I think Carroll's gone. I think Pete Carroll's gone. I think they keep Russell Wilson.
Do you think Carroll retires?
I think they're both stuck. I think this injury kind of hindered Wilson from being able to leverage himself somewhere else. He's not as fast as he was. He's not doing as great as he was. I think really where he's at is probably where he's best. Though some team like, I don't know, who needs a quarterback right now?
Half the league?
New Orleans could
Yes.
maybe.
I think Denver would be a good move.
Chicago.
Well, they have Fields.
Yeah, they need someone for him to learn behind.
Detroit.
Detroit could use a real player.
The Rams.
Rams.
Tampa Bay. Oh wait.
The Rams could use a quarterback.
No. Tampa's quarterback for another like 6-7 years. They're all set for a while.
God, I hope he gets a nose infection. His eye blows up.
He just goes from one coast to the other coast.
All right. So I don't know if you
Jacksonville
move on up from their quarterback too.
Huh?
Isn't there rumors that the Giants are trying to move on from their quarterback as well?
Oh, when in doubt.
Yes.
They don't think Daniel Jones is the answer. I don't think anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll find out Sunday when they play the Dolphins.
Yep.
He
All
might
right.
not play. He's still dealing with the neck injury.
All right. So I don't know if you guys watched the 49ers Vikings game this past weekend.
I did.
So did you catch Kirk Cousins having a I want to get away moment?
Nope.
They were down 34-26 in the fourth, and Cousins was trying to get his receivers in all the correct spots, and he was like all over the place. And he came back to the line. he lined up under his right guard instead of the center.
I
heard that on the radio because Jeremy decided not to kick me out at that moment.
Oh yeah. So the running back Alex Madison ran up to get him in the correct spot, but by that time the play clock was down to the final seconds and he had to call a timeout. He ended up throwing the ball over his receivers in the end of the end zone for a fourth down, turning the ball over for a fourth and goal on if I remember correctly, it was like the 7-yard line.
Go ahead.
Have you ever been so frustrated to deal with other people's crap that you couldn't remember what you were doing?
Yeah.
We have kids.
He is not the first
Thursday
quarterback.
nights around like 8:00.
Yeah, but he's not the first quarterback that's done that. I've seen that more times than Kirk. Oh, maybe not more times, but I've seen quarterbacks. It happens. It happens.
Well, Smitty, you've probably seen it the most out of us all because you've been around since the dawn of time.
It's happened a lot throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I heard on the radio is what they should have done is if they had a running back there, just did
They actually have had a trick play where the quarterback lines up under the guard, and they snap the ball direct to the running back.
Right.
And the funny part is that's exactly what I said they should have done. Gail's watching. She's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, I do see that. And if they were smart, that's
they would have, yeah.
Because the minute
it looked like they were doing.
Because the minute a center doesn't feel the hands on his butt to snap the ball, he thinks, okay, it's shotgun. Period. He's back there in shotgun. I'm gonna hike the ball shotgun style. Huh?
The center feels the hands on the butt. I always felt it on the testicles.
No, it's supposed to be right at the ass crack pad. The quarterback's hand is sitting.
How often did you play center?
I played center. That was the best.
He little did he know that his
quarterback was a little funny.
His quarterback now has a nice boyfriend. He's married.
Yeah.
Well, has a husband. He's married to him.
Man, his name is Dave.
How much time was left in the game?
This is the fourth quarter, and if I remember correctly, it was like 8 minutes left or something like that. There wasn't a ton of time, but it was in the fourth quarter.
It was like right
then
towards
you
the end of
kick
the
the
game.
field goal. You're down by 8 points. Why would they go for it on fourth down?
Because you get the touchdown, you go for 2.
Yeah, they wanted to get the touchdown and go for 2 at this point because
you have 8 minutes left in the game.
I can't remember how much.
coaching.
All I remember is that they did this.
It was under 8 minutes.
Yeah,
I think it was like under 3 minutes.
Yeah, they needed to go for it. That's all I knew.
Listen, there were not great decisions made during this game.
Yeah.
There were a lot of very terrible decisions made during this game.
Did at any point of our lives think that we would be discussing the Minnesota Vikings and us lining up underneath a guard instead of a center?
Well, the funny part is, like, Gail said, she's like, "Did you see what just happened?" I'm like, yeah, he's trying to get idiots in their spots and they're not listening. And he came back, and
he's done it in Washington before too.
Yeah, and
it honestly looked like the coaches out on the field during the.
It was like lining up my bunch of 8U players.
A Pop Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop Warner 8U players that have never played before. That's what it looked like Kirk Cousins was doing, and that was the worst. He's like, "No, get the F over there." Go, get on the line. No, you got to be off. Back up.
Well, it's good they called the timeout because that has really nothing to do with the play afterward. He threw the bad pass. So
yeah, well, when he didn't line up in that correct spot, he should have just hiked. They should have just hiked. That running back should have stayed in his spot and said, "Okay, now he is going to be a shotgun to me because that center does not feel a set of hands underneath him."
Yeah, but you should know as well as anyone that if the play is for the quarterback to do something, and then they hike the ball to the halfback, that's a different play. And the people are going to block different blocking assignments, run different routes, and it's not going to work out well.
I know, but you're within goal. You're reaching the goal, and that's going to confuse a defense more than anything if it's a direct snap to the running back.
I don't know.
That play in the NFL works 72% of the time. I was looking to go for a touchdown, to go for more than 7 yards.
Okay.
It's not much different than an RPO. You just call the audible at the line, say something funky. It's like back of trick plays.
Yeah.
It's like the Miami offense for a few years ago.
Yeah, Wildcat.
Yeah, I don't like Wildcat. I hate it.
I hate it as
So-
an actual like offense, but it works good as a trick play.
The thing is, if you blitz the Wildcat, more times than not, you're going to be okay. I mean, that might complete the pass, but just blitz it. That's what, I'll tell you who, okay, Miami unleashed it on Patriots that one game and fucked the Patriots up. And then they play the Patriots again.
And
the Giants
Belichick
again,
blitzed every down.
Every time they did it, they moved to a blitz. And guess who won? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the Patriots because the Wildcat didn't work anymore because you blitz it. Because you're not going to cover the quarterback.
Nope.
Now it's 10-11. Defense wins.
All right.
Belichick has told everybody how to fix the Wildcat.
So
Kirk Cousins' net worth is about $50 million. Just an FYI.
All right. So the last thing I wanted to ask does that just show that anyone can screw up the simplest thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for me.
Except for me.
Okay, I threw this next thing in because I heard about this right as I was getting out of the car earlier, and I'm like, wait.
All right.
Who is the quarterback in Chicago?
Fields?
No, before
Rex
the
Grossman.
No, after
Orton.
Who?
Orton. Kyle Orton.
No, after him.
The guy that went down to Miami.
Yeah, Cutler.
Oh yeah, Jay Cutler. Yeah.
Is it just me, or does Kirk Cousins and Cutler seem like they could be cousins?
Yep.
Well, his name is Cousins.
Like they seem like they're cut from the same cloth. Like you can see them broken Marlboro Reds while they're freaking.
I can't believe you said Rex Gross.
Well, I thought you were like for the most obscure.
From 2002.
Grossman took that team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They did.
In 06. Or let me phrase that. Devin Hester took that team to a Super Bowl in 06.
What did he get? What 9 kickoff returns for touchdowns that year or something?
It was the first time ever a kickoff return for a touchdown was the first play in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It was
and that was the only highlight of Chicago's game that day.
And I want to say it's still the only one since, right?
Yep.
But he needs to be on your list of people that may or may not make the Hall of Fame.
He's in the
finalist
this year.
Is he?
Oh, I thought he made it
this year.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think this is the first year he's eligible. I think he's a finalist this year.
I'm gonna agree with whatever you say on that. I'm not sure, but he'll make
Double check that. I thought
of ball knowledge.
All right, Jeremy.
So the Tampa Bay wide receiver, Mr. 1, Antonio Brown, and safety Mike Edwards, along with free agent wide receiver Joe Franklin III, were suspended 3 games on Thursday for violating the NFL and NFLPA's COVID-19 protocols.
Oh.
Were they caught making out?
The suspension comes following a review of allegations that the players misrepresented their vaccination status, and the review showed all 3 violated NFL/NFLPA COVID-19 protocols.
Didn't they have fake vaccine cards?
They did. So
they didn't get good enough ones, did they?
Well, no. The issue is someone who I think Antonio Brown's ex-girlfriend or something.
No, it was his chef. He owed the chef $10,000, and the chef outed him.
Yes, they tried to get. They asked the chef if he knew anyone, and he tried to hook him up with someone, but he couldn't. So they moved on to someone else. So the suspension.
And that is why you always pay your bills.
Well, Antonio Brown has a common denominator of not paying his bills.
Yes, he's really good at that.
This is one of those fuck around and find out
immediately, and all 3 players have accepted the discipline and have forgone their right to appeal per the statement.
Where they fucked up. What he should have done was just at a press conference said
he was inoculated.
Yes.
Well, so the difference was that even though Rogers said he was immunized,
immunized. Yeah, that was the word you used.
He was still, for the most part, following the COVID protocols inside their facility, while he was trying to levy the league to allow him to operate as a vaccinated player.
And he didn't have a fake card either.
He didn't. He didn't have a fake card. He never told them. that the league knew, the team knew he was not vaccinated.
That's the difference of somebody
That
living
is
in
the big difference.
somebody living in Florida. Anybody in Florida, they just absorb the Florida in their.
That's why there's
love my
always
state.
Florida news.
I love my state. And I'm glad because Antonio Brown is on my fantasy football league, and now I have no reason to keep him on the team. I'm just gone. Which I already had him traded out for what?
The rest. I was like, we only have like 3 weeks left, and he's gonna be suspended for the Holidays.
I know. Well, I have an ad drop, and I'm gonna drop him anyhow. But I have an ad drop. Hopefully, the ad goes through, and somebody doesn't add this person before the waivers go through on this one. But
So what person is that, Smitty? I could use another guy.
I'm not saying who it is. Nope.
I'm really low in that totem pole. I need to beat Amanda this week.
I needed that player. He's the best available. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're sorry.
I am sorry.
All right.
Come on.
Okay, I'll tell you, Travis. It's the running back for the Jets.
The Jets running back?
Yeah, snag him up now.
Oh.
Did I picked him up in a league, I think.
Oh, wait a minute, no, because he's on waivers. If you got the waiver before I did, I'd be so mad.
No, I don't think it was our league.
Wait, no, that was Nate's. That's who Nate stole from. No, he told the San Francisco guy. No, I'm thinking. I'm sorry. That's a different league. I'm thinking San Francisco. I'm not San Francisco.
The running back from San Francisco? The guy I dropped earlier today?
That's who Nate took.
Oh.
Philadelphia, Sanders. I know he's not doing well, but I think he's going to go off this week. That's who I am.
Yeah, I was eyeing Sanders earlier. I'm like, I don't know. It's hard. The Jets can be either really good or really bad.
Yeah, Sanders from Philadelphia. That's who I'm trying to pick up right now.
Hey, what's the score of the game?
It
10-7.
was 13-7. They just kicked the field goal right before half.
Who? Who?
Dallas.
Dallas is up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go on.
I'm just trying to confirm that I definitely made the right choice in not starting Taysom Hill.
You did.
He's doing pretty well. He already threw a touchdown.
So, Gail, who do you need me to drop on my team so you can pick up so you can beat Nate this week?
I think Nate technically would be on the wire because Nate has the lower record, right? It's who I need to beat Amanda. That's what you need, Smitty, is to beat Amanda.
No, we need to get Nate out of the top 4.
Well, that too.
I'm the top 4. I'm number 6.
We need to keep Nate out of the top 4. That's the thing.
But this week, we'd be one game away from each other if everything falls right. One game away from each other.
All right, so let's get to the last thing. I was kind of hoping Nate wouldn't be here for this because he just hates them so much, and I can't have an honest answer from him about this. So the Pats decided to let Newton go before the season started, and with an untested rookie who in his first 6 games looked decent but had problems winning at home and winning tight games. But since the overtime loss to the Cowboys, he has been on a roll. He's won 6 straight. With every game, he is looking more and more like a seasoned QB than a rookie. This week, the Pats take on the Bills of Buffalo, led by Josh Allen, who we deemed at the beginning of the season the most likely winner of the AFC East. The Bills have been crash and burning all over the place these last few weeks. Do we think the Pats pull off a win this week in Buffalo to be the top team in the AFC East and the second team overall in the AFC?
I am going to be the first to say this because I hate everybody in this whole conversation.
Yes, I know you do, Smitty. But you're an honest AFC East fan.
In Smitty's ideal mind, they tie and Miami keeps rolling.
Shit. Oh my God, you're in my mind.
Just, Jeremy, are you a psychic?
Out of my head.
I was going to say they're going to tie, but now I can't say that.
Sorry, Smitty.
They both lose.
Okay. No, I think the Pats are looking really good. I think he's looking really good too. They're doing a very good job on the offense to keep him solid and doing those things. But I really think Buffalo is going to win that game. I don't think they're going to kill the Patriots, but I think they're going to beat the Patriots. Maybe not by a lot, like 27, 24, 23, something like that.
I was gonna say, this game is going to be probably one of the best games this weekend.
It is.
It's a Monday night game too, so it's going to be nationally televised. It's really
with 4 points. 4 to 5 points either way.
But I can see the Pats winning, but I don't think they're going.
So up until the Buffalo's star cornerback going down last week and now being out for the remainder of the season, I would have said Buffalo was going to win.
Oh, I don't think your rookie's going to stand up too much. I think he's going to get sacked at least 3 times.
I think weather's going to play a very important part in that game.
You don't think the Pats can handle the weather? They play outdoors.
When has Mac Jones played in the Great Lakes region in the middle of winter?
That's a good point. He
did play last week in sub 30-degree weather in New England. So.
The Great Lakes region of
Great
Buffalo.
Lakes is so different.
Oh, it is different up there.
I think the issue is Buffalo is trying to establish their running game, which they kind of tried. They focused on it last week against the Saints, but it's the Saints. I think their leading rusher, I believe, is their quarterback.
Yes.
Which is never that if your quarterback's not a sole running quarterback like Lamar Jackson style, Michael Vick style running quarterback.
Well, this week the Pats and the Bills are only giving up 2.5. Bills are giving up 2.5. Pats are taking 2.5.
This is going to be probably a field goal at the end wins it.
Oh, by the way, do not bet this game, Jeremy. When it comes to that point, leave this game alone. I'm just saying. I'm not like.
Well, yeah, because Jeremy still hasn't filled in his bets for the week, so that's what I was looking at.
You leave this one alone.
Oh, wait, that's my third game on the parlay. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
All right, so I'm in the ideal that Buffalo really has had a rough go of it, and they've lost to teams they should have beaten, and they've only barely squeaked by teams they should have lost to. So it because this is for the AFC East, it might be a much tougher game for Buffalo, even though they're in Buffalo. And I think that the Pats, if they're rolling, the defense looks good. The running game looks really well. The line is still together, and they're letting him push the ball down the field.
But who do they beat? I mean, who has the Patriots beat that make you worth like, oh wow, Titans? You mean a manless Titans that didn't have like 7 other starting players play?
They also pretty handily beat the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns is a cluster right now because they have a quarterback that has one arm. You got to look at those things too.
Right.
I'm not saying that Buffalo was that much better because they're not. But it's not like the Patriots are beating.
But what I'm saying is the Bills have basically imploded on themselves. They went from the team that.
What the hell are you talking about? They're like 8-3. Or 8-4.
But they lost to a team they should have never even lost to.
Hey,
2 of them back to back.
Dolphins.
They did.
That was week 1.
Doesn't matter. They still lost.
I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, thank God. Somebody must be so happy that the Patriots played the Dolphins in the first week.
And in the last week.
Yeah, and we played them last week too, which very well might.
You're in Miami.
Yeah, it very well might be one of those, depending on how it goes, that if Miami doesn't go to the playoffs regardless. But if the Patriots win the last game, they go to the playoffs. If they don't, they don't. That could be that last game of the year.
Yeah.
No, I have a feeling my New England's going to be in the postseason, and Miami's going to be and Miami's going to need that last win to get into the postseason.
Yeah. It'll be Miami to knock the Patriots out of the playoffs, and Miami to get in.
No, I think New England would be like the 5 seed, and Miami would be like the 7 seed.
So you still think Buffalo wins the division?
I either Buffalo or New England win the division, and I think Buffalo. I think all 3 of them make it in. I think Miami sneaks in. They're on a roll right now. I think Miami sneaks in at the 7th seed.
And they have a pretty simple. They have the Giants, a bye, and the Jets, and then New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I mean, hold on one second. I just clicked off it. I mean, currently they are
7th seed, I think.
Miami's 5 and 7.
Yeah, they're like the 9th seed.
Yeah, so they're 1 behind Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh's 5-1.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got Cleveland at 6-6, and they're tanking. Vegas, you don't know what they're doing currently.
No, they're always hit or miss. But Indy's on a roll lately. Indy is like a quiet running force.
That's true. You got Baltimore, the Bengals, either Buffalo, New England, and Indy. I don't know, but Indy's been on a roll, but they've been losing close games. That's the issue. They're not winning the close games. They are losing a bunch of close games.
Right.
I mean, that was one hell of a game with Tampa Bay this last week.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing.
It was a close game till playoff Lenny showed up and just ran through them.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing I have about this game is, what do you guys think the over/under is for the Bildos being thrown on the field this year?
I'm gonna say it's probably over. There's probably gonna be at least 2 or 3.
I'm sorry. What's Bildos?
They're the female assisted toys.
A few years ago, there was multiple
3
private time toys thrown onto the field during gameplay
in
Buffalo. During the game,
Nate uses them as massage.
Was it the Pats versus Buffalo?
Yes, it was at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm going to every Pats Buffalo game from this point on, and I'm going to buy a whole sack of them. And I'm going to give everybody. I don't care. That's awesome.
There is a fan base than the Buffalo Bills fan base.
Yeah.
Those people are just insane.
They jump through plastic tables.
Don't dildos go out on the field every game?
Well, it's most prolific during the Pats and Bills games.
Yeah.
My cousin is a Bills fan.
I have no problem with the Bills fans, and I hate the Jets fans. I hate the Jets. I hate the Jets. God, I hate the Jets.
We all hate the Jets.
I think you hate the Jets as much as, or you all hate the Jets as much as I hate the Bears.
Probably.
And as much as I hate the Colts.
Yeah. See, the funny part is, being a New England fan, yeah, we all hate the Jets, but we respect Miami. And Miami has learned to respect us because we always split a game, but we all hate the Jets.
Same for me. I don't mind the Lions. I don't mind the Vikings. I just hate the Bears. They're a pack of fucking bullshit.
See, exactly, and that's what it is with the Dolphins and Patriots. Because, like I said, for the first 30 years, the Patriots couldn't buy a win against Miami, but for some reason they would beat them at least one time a year for the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And then it switched scripts, and then Miami couldn't buy a win against any other team there was, but somehow they beat the Patriots one time a year. So it was like,
yep.
It was like, okay, we understand what we are. Dolphins like, yeah, we understand our Super Bowl is against the Patriots. We got that. Okay, that's cool. But the Jets, oh my God, fuck them.
Hey, come on. The Jets' biggest claim to fame over the past 20 years is the butt fumble.
Yes.
No. Did you see last week? Was it the Jets game? What happened that was almost...
It was almost as bad as the butt fumble? The butt fumble is worse than anything.
No, it's like he threw the ball. Oh, he threw the ball in the running back's back or something, and it was intercepted.
Is that the one that hit a helmet that went straight up in the air?
No, it was like he's running, and the running back turns, and he's running, and the quarterback throws it at the running back and hits with not even facing him, and hits him in the back.
Oh,
jeez. And the guy intercepts it.
That just sounds like a bad movie.
All right, so Nate, you don't have the script in front of you, so I'll read this off.
No, I got nothing.
Since we're going to get to Journey's Bets League, but first we have to say the Thick and Thin Sportscast does not support or advocate anyone to actually place monetary bets or anything we talk about on this show. This is for only entertainment purposes, as we are not professionals. Never bet money you cannot afford to lose, or if you or anyone you know thinks they may have or has a gambling problem. The national hotline is 1-800-522-4700 and is 100% confidential and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, please go to www.ncpgambling.com.
The next time Nate's not available for that, can I do it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, because I've never heard of a website that went
www.
I've heard that Travis has a difficult time reading from a script.
I do.
He really does.
I put words on the thing, but I move them around.
I learned long ago. Travis has a difficult time with words.
Words are hard. I like numbers.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll talk your ear off without a script in front of him, but as soon as he has to say WWW,
yeah.
It
comes out.
The Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
No, you can't say that anymore. It's the World Wildlife.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
And you can't say it has to be World Wrestling Entertainment now.
Yes. All right. So the last time we were on was week 10. I'm pretty sure, and that was the Cowboys versus the Chiefs, which Jeremy picked wrong, and we chose the Cowboys plus the 2.5, and the Chiefs beat them pretty handily.
We suck again.
But
I feel like when we pick Thanksgiving games, we have to go back.
No, this wasn't the Thanksgiving games. This is the week before.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't pick any last week.
I'm gonna go ahead and just sit here.
Yeah.
Well, Travis was sick last week. So
yeah, I was sick, and then we had Thanksgiving, and then we're on this week. So I'm pretty sure it was week 10 because we're on week 13 now. But anyhow, so the Dolphins were playing the Jets. They were giving up 3.5 points, and they beat them pretty well. So we ended up taking 18-69 home. And the Lions were given 13.5 points versus the Browns, and the Browns only scored 13 points in that game, and so the Lions did win that. We won that bet with the Lions.
Cover the spread.
Cover the spread because it was 10-13, and then we won 19.52 on that bet. That was a hell of a bet, Jeremy.
Oh, I love the 13-point spreads and bet the underdog because you know that last 7 minutes when you're winning by so much, you kind of let them take a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Yeah, that killed us one day because Travis took too long to go make the bet.
Yeah, and then we ended up on a push motion, but at least we didn't lose our money.
And seriously, if I get a bet that's 13.5 or more, I'm taking the.
Well, that's the problem is that I went up there and it was a 20-something points. We took the points, and it ended up even.
No,
we left the points.
When I originally made the thing, it was like 14.
They were giving up 14. That's what it was.
Like they were giving up 16. And it's like, oh yeah, just go for it. Let's ride it. And the spread ended up being the difference ended up being 16 and pushed. It's like, come on, really.
All right, Jeremy, you only got two of them up here. Are we only going to go two this week?
No.
Are we going to bet the Pats game?
No.
I'm torn on my third game. So
Houston.
What is Houston giving up 30 points?
I am going to take Miami minus 4.5 over the Giants.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Arizona minus 7.5 over the Bears. They have Murray back and Hopkins. Everyone's back healthy. They had
conservative pick.
Okay, the third pick I am torn with. Denver plus 9.5.
Ooh.
Over the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Or underdogs the Chiefs.
I would be afraid of that one because Denver can play ball and they have some really good stuff.
So I'm considering taking Denver plus 9.5 to keep them against the Chiefs under that.
Oh, okay.
Spread.
So it'd be closer to 9.5 points. I'd be okay with that.
But I'm almost considering taking Denver straight up money line. They're in division. Those in division games are the hardest to figure out, which is the killer because you have this week we have for division games you have Indian Texans, Minnesota Detroit.
Almost everybody has the Dolphins are playing Giants.
Tampa Falcons.
Yeah.
Ravens Steelers, Niners Seahawks, Broncos Chiefs, Patriots Bills. You have a surplus of in-division games this week.
Yeah,
what spread do you have for Indianapolis versus the Houston Texans?
9.5.
Yeah.
I would take Indianapolis at 9.5.
Okay.
They're losing 9.5 points though.
What's the Bears Lions? Out of curiosity. Bears Lions
7. No, Vikings Lions is 7.
Vikings Lions.
Yeah, Viking Lions 7.
You better take the Lions if you're gonna take that bet because Lions are gonna win this week.
I'm getting taller this week. Is that what I heard?
Okay.
Oh, he actually put Indy over Houston. I love the bet. If we lose that bet, I will pay you back all that money that we lose. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Says he will, but he won't.
Well, I had to add money the last time we went up because Germany lost too much money.
Hey, no one else helped you with these things. Half the time I'm winging it from like.
Well,
last time,
if I do remember correctly, Jeremy, at about 3/4 of the way through last year, you said you wanted to make picks against the money line, and so we said, well, let's put your money where your mouth is.
Now,
but he's putting everyone's money.
Yeah.
Hey, I believe if I look correctly, if we bet every game 1-up, we'd be up by a good amount right now.
We would. If we had won that damn parlay that first week, that would have been the key.
Now, you do have the bet.
Dryer.
You do have the bet where Indianapolis is going to win by 9.5, right?
Yeah.
By at least 10 points. Okay, good. Because Indianapolis is going to destroy, I believe, Houston. And Houston does not have a good enough offense to even get crap points at the end of the quarter, at the end of the game. They're not even good enough to kick a field goal when they're losing by 30 points. They're not even.
They do now because they got what's his name back.
He's good, but I'm telling you, Indianapolis defense is going to crush them.
All right, Jeremy. Do you want to take care of the power rankings this week?
I think Smitty should take care of the power rankings.
Okay, I guess I will. Okay. Power rankings. Oh, that's not week 9, it's week 13. Let me change that. Because I didn't. Okay. The team Detroit Lions was third. Detroit Lions are apparently 0-70-1. Apparently,
Nate almost lost his beer.
I lost a typo. I got a typo there. Okay. I guess that they're actually 9, right? 0-9-1.
10-1.
Okay, they're 0-10-1. Thank you, Travis, for fixing that. I got a 70. So they haven't won a game in 10 years. Last week they were 32. This week they are 32. The Jacksonville's 31, going down from 30. Texans are 30, going down from 29. Jets are 29, going up from 31. Falcons are 28, staying solid. Bears are staying solid at 27 at 4-7. Seahawks are staying at 26 at 3-8. The Saints have just dropped mightily by 7 from 18 to 25. Panthers go from 20 to 24. The Giants, who are 4-7, go from 25 up to 23. The Eagles drop from 17 to 22. The Steelers, who are 5-1, go from 19 back to 21. The Washington football team, who is 5-6, go from 21 to 20. The Broncos go from 23 to 19, dropping. My Miami Dolphins, who are 5-7, the winners of 4 games in a row, skyrocket up from 24 to 18. The Raiders go from 22 to 17. The Browns go from 14 to 16. The Chargers drop from 11 to 15 because for some reason they can't find their identity, and they are 6-5. 5-6 above them by 1 game. I mean, they have a worse record, but for some reason a better power ranking. They still drop from 10 to 14. The Colts go from 12 to 13. The Titans, who are 8-4 and lost last week, dropped from 8 to 12. The Rams are 9 last week, 11 this week at 7-4. The 49ers are 6-5. They go from 16 to 10. They go up a whole 6 points, not people. The Ravens go from 13 to 9 after their win. They are now 8-3. The Cowboys are 7-4, and they were 5 last week. They're 8 this week. The Bengals, probably the biggest jumpers, from 15 to 7 at 7-4. The Bills, and I do not understand the top 5 here at all, but deal with it what you will. The Bills was 7 last week and 6 this week. The Patriots are 8-4, and they were 6 last week, went up 1 to 5. The Chiefs stay pat at 4-4 with 7-4 record. The Buccaneers stay at 3 as an 8-3 record. The Arizona Cardinals drop 1 as 9-2, and they were 1 last week, and they were 2 this week. And the new number 1, the Green Bay Fudge Packers, were 2 last week, and they were 1.
You got Nate's attention.
9-2.
You said fudge, and he's like, what?
Yeah, Arizona being on a bye allowed Green Bay to take the number 1 spot.
Yep.
I don't really get how I don't understand.
This top 5?
I don't understand actually any of this. I mean, I get some of these, but how do you bring up a team the Bengals, I like the Bengals. They go from 15 to 7. They move up 8 spots.
They've been under
projected schedule, who you beat in the last game, and based on where they were and where you are, overall impacts where you go.
Oh, I know, but 8 spots. I mean, come
I
fuck off.
think the issue is people are waiting for the Bengals to collapse again,
And then
so
they
were
haven't
kind
yet.
of moving him up, and they have been just rolling.
No, I mean I get the 15. I can see them moving up to 9, maybe 6 spots, but that's a huge jump because they beat Pittsburgh.
I feel no, they beat Pittsburgh by 30-something points.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's 5-5-1. And they tied Detroit Lions. I mean, they're not that good.
Well, Pittsburgh took a hit for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, they only dropped 2 spots. That's my point. They dropped 2 spots and how.
I think the issue is that they're because how the Baltimore Ravens have been looking. I mean, what did Lamar Jackson throw? 4 picks last week. You realize he hasn't run a touchdown in 8 weeks.
Well, that's great. But that's
a primarily running quarterback hasn't. But the thing is, he's run almost 100 rushes, hasn't scored a touchdown, but still has more rushing yards than all his running backs do.
Well, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. They think that the Ravens should be moved up 4 spots from 13 to 9. It's like
Smitty.
Because the Ravens barely beat the Browns.
Well, yeah, but they moved up 4 spots still. They probably should have moved up 2. That's what I'm saying. And I do not agree with the fact you take Arizona out of the number 1 spot just because they didn't play.
Well, they do too. Well, the issue is they do record them head-to-head, where Green Bay beat Arizona head-to-head.
Yeah,
someone makes crap up and they just throw shit on the wall and decide something.
Isn't that how the college rankings go too?
Pretty much. I mean, there's no way the Dolphins should be number 18. Dolphins are not that good of a team. But
they're showing promise.
And they probably have the easiest strength of schedule at the end of this season.
They do. The only team they really got a problem with is going to be the Patriots, I think, at the end of the year. So.
Which I don't think anyone thought that coming into this year. Everyone
assumed
it'd be a cakewalk.
Everyone thought that the Buffalo Bills were going to be 13 or like 14-3. Dolphins were going to be like 11-6. Patriots were going to be like 9-7.
Yeah, 9-8, something like that.
500. And the Jets are still going to suck.
Yeah, the Jets are going to be 0-17.
I think I had the at like 4-12.
I think that's exactly where you had the Patriots.
You know, the great thing is, outside of, I think, the Packers, I think we all pretty much thought the Packers and Arizona Cardinals would do well. The rest of these picks for the AFC East, anyway, we all got the Jets right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's get to our fantasy this week. So
Nope, I didn't participate this week.
the last week they were the number 3, now the number 1 Dolphins. One to beat the thick, 251-14 to 182.3.
Travis, Smitty did to you what he does to all the biggins that he brings home. He just defiled you.
Yeah.
The grossest, nastiest things ever. Leaves money on the nightstand. Tells him to go home.
Yeah, basically.
You know what? You would have won like 80% of these games if you didn't play me.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Is like originally for a while your players weren't doing crap.
No.
And somebody named Jordan Smith said, "Stop by to say hi, Dad."
Hi, son. Hey, Jordan, I love you. I can't believe you're listening to me.
I don't know how long ago that was, but I just noticed that.
Hey, Jordan, you're my favorite son.
The number 3, now number 2, Ladies and Edelman's beat the Muppets 178.93 to 127.92.
Where they go late? Oh, wait. No. Sorry. Sad. Bad.
Yes,
bad.
We don't want the belt to end up at that house no matter what it takes.
Oh, wait. What belt? This belt right here?
Pull it down,
It will be mine. It will be mine.
Right here?
It'll be mine.
The number 4 injured reserve beat Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs 147.42 to 119.24.
that was the most shocking one because Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs actually had a really good team that didn't perform, and you should never win with 147 points.
Well, for the
You should
longest
never win.
time, I was almost positive he was going to win, and apparently
I don't
he
know.
didn't. I don't know what happened there.
It just, I don't know.
Of high expectations and little performance.
That's my Dayton life.
The number
That is-
5, the
no.
Implications, beat Smitty top Nate bottom, 167.9 to 112.45.
Matt
One-
is a dangerous man right now. He is the Lions playing every team that thinks they have a playoff.
Implications? Yes,
Yes.
implications. I'm scared of.
Yeah.
He is
They're gonna-
dangerous. He has more points, I think, than anybody else, but his record
No,
sucks.
Yeah.
I had the most.
And probably the upset of the week, number 6, Jameis Winston, your time, lost to the Purple Cobras, 234.78 to 209.93.
That is amazing.
I don't know what. Look, AJ Dillon. That's all I gotta say.
It was pretty bad. I knew I was going to lose when my field goal kicker, who was Nick Folk, had almost this. It was 0.07 points less than my QB.
But here's the thing, Thick.
And he was one of the highest scoring people on my team.
My kicker scored 32 points on that game. That team too.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone on my team scored more than they were supposed to.
Oh yeah, way more. It was like ridiculous how much your players scored. I couldn't understand it. All right, so this week we have the number 1 Dolphins at 8-4, take out the number 5, the Implication at 6-6.
Let's not talk. My quarterback didn't even hit 14 points.
The number 2, Ladies and Elements at 8-4, is taking on the number 8, the Thick at 4-8.
Go thick. Go thick. Go thick.
The number 3, the Muppets at 8-4, is taking on number 6, Jameis Winston, your time at 6-6.
Go Muppets.
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
She's projected like 2 more points than I am.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing injury reserve this week.
Yeah,
my
number
bad.
4, Injury Reserve at 7-5 is taking on number 7, Smitty Top, Nate Bottom at 6-6.
Oh, the battle of the household.
And the number 9, Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs at 4-8 is taking on Purple Cobras at 3-9.
Yeah, that game is irrelevant as far as
The worst part is if I lose, Purple Cobra wins, and Lieutenant Dan loses, we're almost in a losing tie.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is the Lieutenant Dan's and the Purple Cobras matters for the Sacco or the Sacco.
The Sacco. But at this rate, I am playing for the Sacco.
No, I didn't win it last year, remember?
No, see, but
No.
if you win, if you go undefeated, hey, my balls. If you win out thick, you still can make the top 4. You probably won't because
Yeah, I need to win the rest of these games, and I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, myself, ladies and gentlemen, the Muppets. I mean, yeah, we're 8-4, but there's a real possibility that all 3 of us miss, and the implications.
Bite your
Winston
goddamn
your
tongue.
time, Smitty Top, Nate Bottom, and Injury Reserve all go. Because I'm looking at the rest of the week. I looked at that, and we're not favored to win in these games. I'm not favored to win any game until not the rest of the year.
Bite your goddamn tongue.
You're favored to win 1. So that's all you think you basically need.
All right, so let's go over the.
And Nate is favored to win all 8.
I think the last games we picked were the Week 10 games.
Last time we did it.
Yeah, Mo didn't get her picks in, but the
No, she
overall winner for our Week 10 was me. I had 7 wins.
Are you sure? I'm pretty
do it.
sure Mo sent her picks in every week.
No, that week I didn't get those. I didn't get those picks.
Are you saying that 7 was the best out of anybody?
7 was the best. We had
didn't get my picks.
We had Nate and Jeremy at 6. We had Chris and Gail at 5. We had Smitty at 4 and Amanda at 3 wins that week.
No. I never had only 4 wins. You fucked something up there.
No, I'm looking at them right now.
Does anybody believe his bullshit right now? Anybody?
I can't see it.
So that was week 10. Week 10 was bad. Week 11, when you guys sent your picks into me, nobody knew what anybody else picked. We had 2 winners. We had Smitty and Jeremy pick 10 correct points each.
I believe that.
10 correct teams each. Then we had Nate and Mo pick 8. And Amanda picked 7. Me and Chris only picked 1.
What?
Because like Chris is gonna go with the Pats for that game. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They're the sucky team. He would go for that one.
Travis, you got 1 correct.
Well, I only picked 1 because I said the Pats are gonna win on Thursday night, and that was it. That's what I told Gail.
Okay, that's different. That's different.
So I didn't pick any of the other games. Like the Pats are winning this game. I think I had told you.
That was the week we were sick.
Yeah, we were sick as dogs because that was the week because we had picked it the Thursday night, and we had picked for Chris. That's what it happens. We had picked for Chris that week too. Or was he on that week? I can't remember which. He was on that week because on week 9, we had picked for him and he ended up winning that week.
Yes.
Collectively, we do great.
Yes. So week 12, which was Thanksgiving weekend, which was last week, Mo was the winner at 9 correct games. Then we had Nate, Jeremy, and Amanda at 8, or I should say Bromanda, because it's Brody / Amanda. And in the games that me and Gail picked, because we only picked Sunday's games because we were still like getting over it and I was cooking food, I ended up picking 6 correct and Gail ended up picking 8 correct. Smitty, you had 7, so you beat me but lost to Gail.
Who?
You.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mo won with 9, Nate, Jeremy, Amanda, and Gail. Even though Gail missed the first 3 games, she ended up with the same amount of pick correct. Smitty, you had 7 correct, and I got 6. And that brings us to this week.
I should get them all right.
That brings us to this week.
Before we pick this week, what are we currently looking at for standings for the season?
Oh, I have so many games I have to remove from people. I have to go back and count them now. So we'll
get that information next week.
I will have that information for everybody next week.
Okay. Unacceptable.
Because that will give us 4 weeks to the end of the season. Because there's now 18 weeks in the NFL.
Obviously, I'm ahead. I'm obviously ahead. I get so many right. It's crazy.
All right, so Nate, you get to pick the first game. The Indianapolis Colts are at the Houston Texans.
Colts.
At Colts. Pick the upset?
No, the Texans aren't winning that game.
I am also going with the Colts. Jeremy.
I believe because of Smitty, our bet is for the Colts to win that game by 9.5.
9.5 points.
Like 30.
Smitty, are you going with the Texans now that you've made your bet for the other way?
No, I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going with the Colts.
Going with the Colts. Nate, do you have Amanda's picks or no?
No.
All right.
What's going to happen?
All right, send those in to me. Gail, Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans.
Why are you even asking?
So you're going with the Texans.
I will.
You will lose this game and pick the Texans.
I will lose this game.
All right.
I love the commitment. I love the commitment.
Her hatred is strong. In this
The hate is strong with you. Come to the dark side. We have candy.
If I wasn't trying to win, I would go with it.
I actually do have candy. I have lollipops in my pocket.
Jeremy, do you have Mo's picks for this week?
I do not. I will get them and I'll mesh them to the group.
God, why do you guys suck?
I usually have them.
He usually does, so it's kind of surprising. Okay, next I have the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Oof. I'm going to go with the Vikings. Jeremy. Jeremy's like, I want the point spread, and then I'll take the Lions.
I'm going to say the Vikings, but I have this weird feeling that Detroit's going to win this game.
The weird feeling. Smitty, do you have that weird feeling?
Oh, I don't have that feeling. I know. Lions are going to win this game.
Lions?
Yes.
Gail. Vikings at Lions.
I'm taking the Lions.
Taking the Lions. She's going with Smitty.
That's a stupid pick.
Nate, are you going to come with me and Jeremy or going with Smitty and Gail?
I flipped a coin.
Oh.
And the coin said Lions.
The coin says Lions. I hope your coin is
last
wrong.
Last time the coin flip worked very ineffectively.
Yes.
It did.
Jeremy,
Yes,
you get the first pick. The New York Giants are at Miami. This should be an easy one.
I am taking the Miami Suck Fins.
The Fins. Smitty, you're going with the Giants, right?
Obviously not. So I'm going
What the
Fins.
frick kind of throw was that?
Gail.
Dolphins.
Nate.
I am going with the fish that smells like it has been washed in years.
Ah, so the
You guys
Giants.
Get washed?
So you're like,
Oh!
I am going with the Fins myself. What the heck just
Now,
happened?
since we all took the Fins, I feel like I should take the other team.
Too
You
late.
probably should have.
I don't even know who it is, but I feel like I should take them.
That was the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Smitty.
Yes.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Atlanta Falcons. 1:00 game.
Tampa Bay.
Gail.
Tampa.
Nate. Going with the goat.
No, I'm just following the sheep.
No,
Ah,
I was thinking go too. That was good, Travis.
it wasn't a bad goat actually. It's kind of what goats sound like. Jeremy, where you going?
I trust in TV and TV.
TB and
Yeah,
TB.
what-
Oh, I already know where Mo's going, so I can just put her pick down. That's easy
Yeah,
enough.
she's going with Tampa now.
Yeah, she ain't leaving her
Tuberculosis?
boyfriend.
You going with tuberculosis? That's TB.
Every time
Gail.
I hear T, I think of Tim Tebow. I don't know why.
Smitty, you picked first that last one, right? Yeah.
No, that's
Yes.
TT.
All right,
Yes,
Smitty. Gail, you have the first pick, number 7. You have the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets.
That would have been an easy pick till last week happened.
Yeah, that's last week happened and everything got crazy.
I'm so tempted.
Well, I'm going there, so.
Are you gonna say F it and just go?
Yeah. Fuck it.
GETS, good Jets.
Yes, I'm going with the GETS as well.
Nate,
I'm going with the Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm going with the city of brotherly love.
This is a hard one.
That's what she said.
No, she never has.
I
got a pill you can take.
wanna go Eagles. I wanna trust that the Jets suck, but I wanna trust that the Eagles don't suck more than the Jets some days. Oh. I hate the Jets too. I can't. It's hard. I don't want to pick
laughing
them.
about your pick.
Oh, I know what they're laughing about, but I'm just gonna ignore them because they'll go away.
They won't go away.
It's kind of like my broken arm. It would have gone away. I'm going with the Eagles. Jeremy.
They're not your broken arm. They are bad pennies.
Jeremy, who are you gonna go with?
Going with the Jets.
Going with the Jets. Smitty.
You know that man's going with the Eagles. He can't pick the Jets.
No, I'm going with the Jets.
Are you really?
Yes.
All right, it's in. Too late for change your mind.
Did he just always throw up on that one?
He did. All right, so
It
next,
did sound a little painful.
Jeremy, you get the first pick. No, Nate, sorry. The Arizona Cardinals are at the Chicago Bears.
Cardinals.
This is probably the easiest pick of the day. I will also go with the Cardinals. Jeremy. Arizona. Smitty.
I am gonna go with Winnipeg Toronto.
So the Chicago Bears.
The Winnipeg Jets, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yes. I'm gonna go with the God dang.
Saskatoon Stampede.
The Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Jesus, I can't think of the name.
Gail.
Yeah.
Cardinals, Bears.
See, it's not too easy to pick on the spot, is it, Muppet? You usually have like 3 days extra on top of everybody to do your
it is actually pretty easy to pick on the spot because I have a gut instinct.
We all have guts.
I was about to say.
Some of them are bigger than other people's, though.
Some of them are filling up with beer as we speak.
I'm all out. I drank 3 pretty quick.
Who's at home?
That would be the Bears, but the Arizona Cardinals are playing them.
I mean, the Bears have no home field.
True.
Isn't what's his name playing too? Not even Fields.
Yeah, Andy Dalton's playing. He's got the start.
Ooh,
Oh.
ooh, that,
So, Jerry, you should have gone with the Bears, huh?
I said the Red Rifle's playing.
I'm gonna go with the
Hello?
Bears.
Gail's going with the Bears. All right. I have the last 1 o'clock game. The Los Angeles Chargers are playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Ooh. I'm going to go with the Bengals. If they don't implode, they should win that game. Jeremy.
what game?
Los
Bengals.
Angeles Chargers playing the Cincinnati Bengals.
This game sucks
Yep.
because I'm turning into a closet Chargers fan. I like Herbert. I think they have potential.
I do,
They've
but
been on a downward spiral, and the Bengals have just been. You know what? I'm going with the Bengals. I need Jamar Chase to have a big game this week.
you need a win. Smitty, where are you going?
Oh,
Ready?
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, my sister-in-law called me, and she never calls me, so I was scared.
So somebody
worried.
died. I'm sorry.
That's what I was worried about. No, your brother, my brother, is trying to figure out what y'all changed things to watch Miami. The football. I watch football, so he just needs to know how to fix his internet. Okay. Whew. Jesus. Fuck me. Oh God.
So what I'm hearing is Smitty messed up his relative's internet watching capabilities, like Nate messed up Smitty's when he visited last.
Yes. Well, see, I get to watch all the football I want to because of this internet I have, and I showed him how to do that, all the different games, and apparently he don't know how to do
He
that.
can't remember. It's
Well,
been
there's
too...
no football on right now. Why would he be worried about doing it right now?
Well, actually, there is a football game on right now.
Yeah.
But-
Taysom Hill just hurdled a guy. Apparently, we have football and.
But he's watching that game because it's on. He has cable. So, anyways, what was the game?
All right, so that game would be the Los Angeles
Bengals,
Chargers, Bengals. Bengals are at home.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's your husband versus the
I know.
Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Bengals. Gail.
Yeah, I got.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Smitty had
Nathaniel.
that same issue. I have faith in Herbert, but that Bengals are rolling.
Yeah.
Nate.
I'm gonna mixing it up and go with the Bengals.
Well,
Alright.
you do what you need to, champ.
Jeremy, you got the first 405 game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are at the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm hoping the Rams win this game.
They should.
Otherwise, I've completely given up hope on anything the Rams can do.
Yep.
So, what are you going with?
The Rams.
The Rams. Smitty.
Oh, the Rams.
Rams. Gail.
Rams.
Rams.
If the Rams lose this game, that's
Nate?
like, 4 in a row, and
Who are the Rams playing? Sorry, I totally missed that.
The
one.
Jacksonville Jaguars. Huh?
he's
I'm gonna go with the Jags.
Going with the Jags. Taking a leap of faith. I'm not that faithful.
No, he decides to go against everyone else. He
That's
does that. He's trying to get that win.
I don't take leaps of faith. They hurt. Smitty.
It's not like a big leap. You're not that high off the ground.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, if I was jumping off the cliff they're on, it would hurt.
Hey, they won a couple games. That's more than the Lions have done.
Well, that's why I didn't pick the Lions.
not more than the Jets.
Smitty, you get the last 405 game, and the Washington football team is playing the Las Vegas Raiders. WTF is playing Raiders.
Oh, that's a hard one.
WFT. Can you get it right?
We had a thick and thin bingo. That's a hard one. Would be taking a shot.
And so would WFT instead of WTF.
WFT.
I'm gonna go with the WFT.
All right, Gail, where are you going?
And pots and pans.
Vegas.
Gail's going with the Raiders. Nate, are you gonna go with your football team?
I'm going with Washington.
They've actually looked really well, and
the Raiders losing helps Miami, so I'm good with
yeah,
that.
it's hard to pick the Raiders. It's hard to pick the Raiders. I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna go with the football team.
Stop yawning.
I'm just doing a test. Jeremy, where are you going?
I'm going with the Raiders.
Raiders. All right, Gail, you get the first pick. 425, the Baltimore Ravens are going to the Pittsburgh Steelers to either keep or lose first place in the AFC East. Well, AFC.
AFC North?
Well, AFC, period. Because right now, the Baltimore Ravens are in first place.
Because of the half game difference.
Yep.
God.
Because New England's one of 4 teams that hasn't had a
Steelers.
bye week yet.
Nate, where are you going?
I am going with the Ravens.
I am also going with the Ravens. Steelers don't look like they can win anything.
The only thing that the Steelers have is Najee Harris.
Yeah, and he's really not that great. Jeremy. Ravens, Steelers.
I know, this game still bothers me.
This game sucks, so just pick one.
Yeah, the issue is Baltimore hasn't looked good. Pittsburgh hasn't looked good either.
But Pittsburgh's looked the
Which one
worst.
has good the least?
Yes.
Well, Pittsburgh tied the Lions.
Yeah, without their QB.
Baltimore should have lost to the Lions if they get a play 5 seconds after the clock goes out, the play clock runs out, and they kick a NFL record-long field goal. I'm gonna take.
You want to say Baltimore? I can see the under.
I do. I want to take Baltimore because they're kicker. I'm picking a team because they're kicker. I'm taking Baltimore because they're kicker.
Taking the Baltimore Ravens. All right, Smitty, where are you going?
Before we get to that, Nate, what is it you say about ifs?
About what?
You say if nuts were butts or something?
If it's in butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Okay, because I was trying to say that during Thanksgiving because everybody kept saying it's or ifs. I was like, well, I kept saying, if it's were nuts, we'd all have a happy Christmas. I'm like, what? I don't know. It's something Nate says.
Glad that you credited to me on that one because I got that from. So
I was like, if it's were nuts, like something like that. So because if it's were nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, Nate. The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Seattle Seahawks.
49ers are not playing at home.
I'm going with the 49ers because Seattle looks like they couldn't win a game against a high school team. Jeremy.
I got a high school team they can win against.
Gardner?
Murdoch.
Whatever.
I'm going with the Niners.
Niners.
Hopefully, Debo plays.
Smitty.
I hope he doesn't.
He probably won't.
Niners.
I think the rumor he's going to be out a few weeks.
Gail.
He's on Gail's roster.
He's not playing. He's out for at least 2 weeks. 1 to 2 weeks, they said. I'm going with the 49ers, though.
Niners. All right. I have the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. They're at Kansas City. I am going to go with Kansas City. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Going Denver.
Denver. Smitty?
I don't like you right now, there, Jeremy. I want everybody else to say Kansas City because I was going to go Denver. I'm going Denver.
Smitty is going Denver. Gail, who are you going to go with? Broncos at Chiefs. Sunday night.
Well, hopefully Mahomes pulls his head out of his ass.
I hope he doesn't.
His head's
Me.
in someone else's ass. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I
probably
hope he
in his kicker's
under
ass.
Left guard and the right guard.
His head is up that damn Jake from State Farm's ass. Is what it is.
I'll go with the Chiefs.
Gail's going with the Chiefs with me and not happy about it. Nate,
That's
I
a
saw
pretty
you were
good
going with
suggestion.
Broncos.
I am going with the Broncos.
All right. And the last game of the week, Monday night's game, Jeremy. The New England Patriots are at the Buffalo Bills.
Really? I'm first on this one?
Yes, you are.
I don't like this game at all.
Thank
No,
you.
I don't either.
This one's going to be a tight one.
This is a coin flip. I'm going to take... I want New England to win.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they can be... I'm going to be a homer. I'm taking the Patriots all the way.
Damn right, be a homer. Absolutely, I would be.
Smitty, who you going to go with?
Buffalo by 17.
I thought somebody was going to call for a tie.
For 17. All right, let me put that on there on the side.
Plus 17.
Plus 17. All right. Gail, who you going to go with?
I'm going to go with the Patriots, but it's going to be a tough game because Josh Allen is not going to go down without swinging.
All right, so Gail's going with the Pats, but in a tight
Wait,
game.
who's not going down without swinging?
Josh Allen. My other QB. Nate, New England Patriots at Buffalo.
Smitty, pick a
Yes,
number.
sir.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
He said 7. I was going to go 3.
3, Buffalo.
What's 7?
Patriots. 1 to 5, Buffalo. 6 to 10 was the Patriots.
All right, and I am going to... You know what? I'm going to go with the Patriots.
You
I-
would.
I
If
have
my
good
favorite
reason.
team was playing and it was a coin flip, I would go with my favorite team. I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it really is a coin flip on that one because the Bills have shown like possibilities, but they haven't shown they're actually they haven't earned the spot of the number one in the AFC all this season.
I would be more surprised if Smitty and I took the Patriots and you 3 took the.
And since you both went with Buffalo, I had to go with the Patriots.
Yeah.
All right.
It hurt to make that call.
I'm more interested to see what Mo goes with because she should be going with the Patriots. So.
Oh, she will.
Mo-
She'll go with the Patriots.
And I can almost guarantee that
Amanda.
The Bills.
Oh yeah, that's almost definite. Because Brody does not like the Patriots at all.
No, but he does stick with logic. For an 11-year-old, he's kind of pretty close on the football scheme.
All right, so Smitty, you get the Thursday night game. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just throw acid in my face.
Yeah.
No, that's called a pile of shit.
Although this game may change, and we may have to remake this pick because I think this is the week 14 is when Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night games can change.
I don't think they've ever flexed Thursday nights.
They've let Thursday night games just play.
No matter how bad they are?
Yeah, because the issue is to reschedule teams is a very hard point.
Yeah.
Because if it's a few hours.
Yeah, they can shift the clock to a 4 o'clock or a.
But if it's from a Sunday to a Thursday, it's a full different. You need to know long in advance.
Well, they flexed the Patriots bye week game against the Buffalo Bills coming back to a different zone. All right, Smitty.
I'm gonna go with the mother.
The Vikings.
I got you. I go with the Vikings.
All right, going with the Vikings. Gail, who are you going to go with? Vikings. Nate?
Well, now I want to pick the Steelers, but I'm going with the Vikings because I already wrote it down.
Do it. Pick them. Don't be.
I already wrote it down. It's right here. I picked it already.
You got a pen. Cross it out.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Well, now I definitely want to go with the Steelers.
Steelers.
But I'm still going with the Vikings.
It's so tempting.
All right, does anybody need to take a picture?
Depends on what happens on Sunday.
All right. So I think that's it, right?
I think so.
All right.
Hey, look, the internet race survived.
That's all, folks.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.